Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for a deep dive.
Always.
All right, so we've got this talk about supporting today's generation, helping them thrive.
Mm,
And it uses this super interesting comparison to this ancient story about a leader named Helaman
okay.
and his warriors. And what's fascinating is that these weren't like seasoned soldiers. These were young people thrown into some really, really intense situations.
Wow.
So right off the bat, I'm hooked, right? What about you?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think what grabs me is how the talk connects these ancient experiences to what young people are going through now,
Right.
like across, centuries, the importance of trust, mentorship. It's a constant, Totally. It's like timeless wisdom or something. So let's talk about this leader, Helaman. The talk paints this picture of him as someone these young warriors like completely trusted.
Mhm.
And it makes you think, how do you cultivate that? Especially when, the stakes are so high.
Yeah, for sure. One detail that really stuck with me is how he numbered each young person.
Number.
Yeah, like it wasn't just about knowing how many people he had, but like really seeing each individual.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's like the difference between being a face in the crowd
Exactly.
and having someone know your name.
Yeah, and your story, your strengths, all of
Yeah,
that.
it's like that teacher who knew you weren't just student number or whatever.
Yes.
They saw something in you,
Right.
like a spark, and they made you believe in yourself.
Absolutely. And the talk, it connects this directly to how we interact with young people today.
Mm.
It's about seeing their inherent worth. The speaker even uses the phrase divine potential.
Whoa, okay, hold on a second.
It's powerful.
Think about that for a minute. Have you ever had someone believe in you like that? See your potential, maybe even before you did.
It's huge. It changes everything.
Totally. And it's not just about words, is it? Like this talk suggests young people need to feel truly seen, heard, not just spoken to.
100%. They
Yeah.
can tell the difference.
For sure. So we've got this foundation of trust and mentorship, which is huge.
Yeah.
But then the story, it takes this turn. Imagine this. Helaman and these young warriors, they're about to face this massive enemy force.
Oh, wow.
Talk about pressure.
Indeed.
And it's at this moment, the source points out, you see Helaman's leadership, but it's not what you'd expect.
Really? What does he do?
Instead of just like barking orders, he consults with them, with these young warriors.
Wow. He's valuing their input.
He's like, your voice matters. Even though you're young, you're in this crazy situation.
That's incredible.
And here's the thing. The source highlights how these warriors, they had this unwavering belief in their cause, like deep conviction.
That's powerful.
And it played a huge role in the outcome.
So it wasn't just about like skills or...
It was their dedication, their commitment to something bigger than themselves.
Wow, that resonates. That inner strength, that faith.
Right. And speaking of commitment, that unwavering spirit, it connects to another point the source makes about honoring covenants. Think of it like a promise, a deep commitment to yourself, to something you believe in.
Okay, I'm with you.
And the source, it illustrates this beautifully through this story of the Ammonites. Now, these were the parents of those young warriors.
Okay.
And they'd made this vow to lay down their weapons, choose peace, and they were like seriously committed to it. But then, get this, the source mentions this moment where they're super tempted to break that vow.
Oh, wow. Why? What happens?
They see their loved ones, the people who had like altered them this safe haven, in danger.
Oh, no.
And their instinct is to go back to what they knew, to fight, to protect.
And they'd given up their weapons, right?
Exactly. And it's like you can almost feel that weight, that pull between staying true to this promise and just reacting, based on instinct.
It's like that human element of wanting to protect the people you love, even if it means going against what you believe in.
Right. It makes you think about like the challenges young people face today, peer pressure, expectations, all of that. It's like they're trying to stay true to their values in this minefield of choices.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
And it highlights how crucial it is to have that support system, because this talk, it doesn't just say, hey, young people, you got to figure this out on your own. It really emphasizes this idea of community.
Collective effort.
Yes.
It takes a village.
100%.
And I thought it was interesting how the source uses Helaman as an example here.
Oh, how so?
Well, remember, he didn't hesitate to ask for help when he needed it.
That's right. He leaned on other leaders.
Like Captain Moroni.
Yeah, even the strongest among us we need support.
Yeah.
Especially when it's something as important as guiding young people.
Totally. It's like a reminder that we're not meant to do this alone.
Right.
We have families, communities, institutions, like all these structures that are designed to provide support, guidance.
It's true.
And I love how the source gets really practical here.
Practical. In what way?
It's not just this vague idea of support. It specifically talks about support groups, community programs, even mentions like the value of religious institutions.
It's about recognizing those resources are out there, that there are people and programs that can help.
And there's no shame in seeking them out.
None at all.
It's like that feeling of information overload, you know?
Yeah.
There's so much coming at you, so many voices, and this source is like, hey, take a breath. There are reliable compasses out there.
Yes. And it's about being intentional, right? Seeking out guidance from trusted sources.
Mentors, leaders.
People who can offer wisdom, perspective.
It's like that quote, mentors aren't people who have all the answers. They're the people who ask the right questions.
Ooh, I like that.
And sometimes asking for help, admitting you don't have it all figured out, that's the wisest thing you can do.
Shows humility, a willingness to learn and grow.
Totally. Okay, so we've talked about trust, conviction, support systems, but there's this overarching theme I think we need to address.
Okay, what's that?
It's about us, the adults, and the example we set. The source, it really emphasizes this whole walking the walk thing.
More than just talking the talk.
Exactly. Because young people, they're perceptive. They can spot hypocrisy a mile away.
Oh, for sure. They learn way more from what they see us do, not just what we say.
It's so true. Actions speak louder than words, especially when you're talking to a generation that's like constantly bombarded with messages.
They're looking for authenticity, for people who live their values, not just preach them.
It's about being real, you know, not trying to be perfect, because who is, right? But being genuine, admitting when we mess up, showing young people that it's like, it's okay to not have all the answers.
It's about showing them that growth is a journey. It's lifelong.
And that takes trust too, doesn't it? Trust in their abilities and their judgment, in the values we've hopefully instilled in them. It's that balance, you know, between guidance and autonomy.
It's like instead of holding someone's hand, you're walking alongside them.
Yeah.
You're there to catch them if they fall, but you're letting them find their own footing.
Yes. And it makes me think about the adults who had the biggest impact on me growing up. It wasn't necessarily the ones who like lectured me the most. It was the ones who just lived their values.
Yeah.
Quietly consistent.
It's those everyday moments, you know, the way we treat other people, the way we handle disagreements. Those are the things that stick with you.
Absolutely. It's like that quote, children are mirrors. They reflect back to us everything we are.
Ooh, that's good.
And when I think about like the legacy I want to leave, it's not about, you know, stuff or accomplishments. It's about the kind of person I'm becoming and how that impacts, you know, the next generation.
It's about recognizing that we all have something to offer. We can all be those positive influences.
And, you know, the source doesn't shy away from the fact that it's not always easy. Like, there will be challenges, disagreements, moments of, why?
For sure. For sure. It's not always smooth sailing.
But it also emphasizes that the rewards, they're huge, like immeasurable.
When we invest in young people, we're not just shaping their future, we're enriching our own lives too.
Totally. We're learning, we're growing, we're connecting on a deeper level.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is. And this source doesn't just leave it at like the we're all in this together idea. It actually calls today's young people among Heavenly Father's most noble spirits. It talks about how they were born in these days to gather Israel through their powerful witness of the Lord Jesus Christ.
It's like it reframes the whole conversation. It's not about kids these days and their problems. It's about seeing the potential they have.
Right. This incredible potential within each one of them. It's like a call to action, you know?
Totally.
These young people are capable of extraordinary things, and it's our privilege to help them shine.
100%. And to your point earlier about it not always being easy, the source acknowledges that too. Like it's real about the fact that there will be bumps in the road, frustrations, maybe even setbacks.
Yeah. It's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Exactly. But those experiences, they're all part of the journey, you know?
They make us stronger, right? And they remind us that we're not alone. Like we talked about support systems earlier, and this is where it all comes full circle. We have families, communities, even entire institutions that are there to help young people through those tough times.
To help them come out stronger on the other side.
Exactly. And here's the cool part. The source points out that it's not just a one-way street. As we invest in young people, as we mentor them, support them, we change too.
Oh, absolutely. It's like they say, you can't teach a man anything, you can only help him find it within himself.
Yes. But in the process of helping someone else find their way, you discover something new about yourself.
100%. You tap into this deeper well of compassion, of patience. You rediscover that joy of learning, of growing alongside another human being.
It's a powerful reminder that we all have something to offer, something to contribute to the next generation. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think the core message is this. Let's not underestimate the power we have to make a difference in the lives of young people, whether we're parents, mentors, teachers, neighbors, or just caring adults. Our actions, our words, our very presence can have a lasting impact.
And the source leaves us with this question that I haven't stopped thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of legacy are we leaving for those who come after us? What kind of world are we creating for them through our choices today?
Powerful stuff. So as you go about your day, remember those noble spirits. Look for opportunities to be a source of light, of encouragement, a steady hand, a listening ear. Because together we can empower this rising generation to create a brighter, more hopeful future.